Chris wants Kathy to stop dressing down.
Sometimes I feel like I'm dating a boy.
But she just won't clean up her act.
She could shower a little bit more.
So he had a squeaky-clean blind date.
She was showered and she wasn't a tomboy.
She's dirty in other ways, I'm sure.
After she has an all-seeing blind date.
We went to a fortune teller.
Will the crystal balls stay together?
She actually said that Kathy and I would be a lot better for each other.
Or change of heart?
I'm Chris Jagger. Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached the crossroads of their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new, and let's meet our couple. Now, they're both college students, and about 10 months ago, she stopped to into a bar, and some drunken Patrick Swayze lookalike started harassing her. Well, it wasn't long before this knight in shining armor rode to her rescue, and they've been dirty dancing ever since. Please welcome Chris Vandemore and Kathy Sands. Welcome to the show. Now, I do have to say, though, I understand your relationship is more like ghosts than dirty dancing lately. But what was it, Kathy, that when, you saw Chris, it was the knight in shining armor kind of effect that he had on you?
Well, he's a real good-looking guy. Got a nice body. He got crazy hair. But he's a lot of fun, and we just have a good time. He's real good mood all the time, so...
Well, that's good then, I guess. And Chris, the spark's been flying in the romance department?
Oh, yeah, the sex is great. We have a good time now. Actually, we got a little too involved in the golf course, on a golf course once, and we got caught by an elderly couple. It was a little embarrassing, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, okay. Any areas where Kathy's not up to par?
Well, she could shower a little bit more.
Shower?
Yeah, right, she comes home.
I shower. Okay, I don't sweat that much, so I don't have to shower 3 times a day like
Yeah,
he
she'll
does.
get home from working out and she'll just throw a baseball hat on, sit down, and forget all about the shower.
I shower.
All right, Kathy, you said Chris has a great sense of humor. That's one of the things we learned about him. Does he ever go overboard, though?
Yeah, he tends to play practical jokes on me a lot, and they tend to get embarrassing. Like, he'll rig the kitchen faucet so it sprays at me when I
Just
turn it
having
on.
some fun.
What
Yeah.
a prankster, huh?
Yeah, he switches
What
my
about
salt.
in public, though? What about out in public?
Well, he comes up behind me and pulls my pants down.
I don't
That's
pour
always
it
fun.
in front of her roommates.
It's embarrassing.
Now, Chris, speaking of her pants that you're always yanking down, how's her fashion sense, would you say?
Well, she's kind of a tomboy. Sometimes I feel like I'm dating a boy.
No, I dress sporty. I dress.
She's
it's
gorgeous. She's
comfortable.
got a great body. I think you should show it off.
You want her to be more feminine?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not out to impress. I'm not out to impress anybody. So.
All right,
can
Kathy,
impress
let me get
me.
your opinion on your,
You can
Kathy.
impress me sometimes.
Let me get your opinion on your intimacy in the relationship. Do you think it's all of that, intimate?
No, he has a big entourage of friends traveling with him, really wherever he goes.
not
So,
So you don't have time together to be alone. He's got all these friends piling in.
no, it's not too much to be intimate. He's not like a boyfriend sometimes. I feel like I'm more like his friend sometimes.
More like just a bud or something.
We have our
Yeah.
time alone.
All right, now, Chris, what about Kathy doing things that would bring you closer together? What would you suggest?
Something a little. She could quit rugby. For one, that'd open up her schedule. She's a rugby player. And
No, that's-
whenever she's working, she's got too many activities. So, when we do have time to go out, it's time to go out.
Well, he works too much. On the weekends, when he could actually come to one of my games once in a while, he's always working, and that seems like more important to him. He doesn't really care about what I do.
Yeah, big scheduling conflicts there between the two of
Yeah.
you. Kathy, as far as getting along with, how is Chris in that department?
Well, he's one of the most stubborn guys I've ever met.
Oh, she's stubborn
Like
too.
a mule.
We argue, and he always has the last word. He's always right.
Oh yeah, what movies do we see? The movies you want to watch?
No,
Where do we
we all-
eat? Where do we eat? What you want to eat?
We don't do anything. We always go eat. I go visit him where he works at his bar. That's what I do.
The two sides of the story, I guess. Kathy, why, though, is this a good time to come on the show and do these dates?
Well, sometimes I feel like I'm more his friend than his girlfriend. So I guess I just kind of want to know if we would rather be friends or if we can get more serious.
All right, is it going to be friendship or the girlfriendship, I guess, kind of thing,
Yeah.
or something like that?
Basically.
It seems that Chris and Kathy's relationship is at that point break. Now, when we come back, we're going to meet the people they dated, and we'll find out if they'll stay together or have a change of heart. So stay here. Chris and Kathy. Now, Kathy says that Chris booby traps her house, travels in packs, and is more stubborn than Francis the Mule. So we set her up with a hunk who says joking is juvenile, compromise is king, and his best work is done one-on-one. Please welcome Thad Beversdorf. Chris, let me ask you, does Thad look like somebody that you would actually give up rugby for?
Well, she said that she'd quit rugby if I changed my name to Thad.
All right, Kathy, based on your phone conversation, was Thad what you expected?
Yeah, when I talked to him, I was like, woo, he had a really sexy voice, and in person, he was the same. He's really good looking, nice eyes, good facial structure.
So you're pleasantly surprised. What about practical jokes? Did he pull any practical jokes on you?
No, I played one on him though. I have a twin sister, and she was over, and she answered the door pretending to be me, and she was all scrubby and stuff.
Oh, great.
And then she said, well, I gotta go get ready now. So she ran upstairs, and then right away I came out all ready.
Like magic.
Yeah, he looked a little confused. He didn't say anything though.
So Thad, did you know what the heck was going on?
Well, actually, at first, I had no idea what was going on. It was so fast. She's there, and all of a sudden, she's out again. But I was trying to play it cool. But then, on the drive, she finally let me in, told me she had a twin sister. I figured it out. It's pretty fun. Pretty funny. Broke the ice. It was cool.
Well, that was nice.
But when I saw her, man, she blew me away. She's got great eyes. She's, great hair. I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
So, Chris, I'm thinking she showered and got really all dressed up for the date.
Yeah.
Something that you would like.
Yeah, something once in a while would be nice.
All right. So, Thad, back to the date now. The two of you hook up. Where was the first stop?
We actually went to a tropical greenhouse, and we made our way over to it. There's a little romantic spot, little pond there.
Is it one of those places where we make wishes?
Well, could have been. We sort of skipped that though. We went to a fortune teller straight after that, and so she could sort of tell me who I was better suited for.
So you're trying to get that psychic connection thing going.
Yeah.
So Thad, while she's at the fortune teller there, what kind of psychic message did you get?
Well, she actually brought up Chris right away, and she said, she could see he was a funny guy, real joker, nice guy, but she actually said that Kathy and I would be a lot better for each other.
Chris, let me ask you, do you believe in fortune telling and that kind of stuff?
No, I don't. No.
Not at all?
Not at all. Not at all.
All right, so Kathy, after you got the fortune teller message and we're thinking about that, what about the rest of the day? Were you comfortable? Were you okay?
Yeah, we had a really good time. He's not as stubborn as Chris is, so he basically, he cared about what I wanted to do the whole time. So it was really nice.
So Thad, at this point, things are looking pretty favorable for you. I'm imagining you're going to step up to the plate and maybe take a swing at it?
Definitely. And we sure did. We went to some batting cages, and man, it was great to see her up there swinging the bat. I could tell she was real competitive. She's, she's strong, she's feisty, on the outside, but on the inside, she's real sweet, man. It was a real turn on. Definitely.
And Kathy, are those the same kind of words you would use to describe Thad?
Well, he's kind of a pretty boy in a way. He said he was going to wear jeans and a sweater, so I just sort of wore khakis, but he was like designer jeans and designer sweater and sort of has a designer haircut, but I guess I'm just sort of used to the rustic type.
And he wasn't quite that way. So Thad, being considered a pretty boy or whatever, and you're at the batting cages, were you concerned maybe you're going to get a little messed up or anything?
Well, yeah, a little bit. I had spent a little bit of time on my hair, and we got to the batting cages, and they told me it was mandatory to put one of those helmets on.
All right.
But it was a little disappointing, but I made it through it.
So, Kathy, since he was concerned about the hair at the batting cages, did you take him somewhere else where you didn't have to worry about it?
Yeah, we decided to loosen up a little bit, and we actually went to the bar where Chris works at, and I wanted
to you
to
go on your date with him to the bar where Chris is working?
Well, he wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I wanted to show him off to his friends and stuff. So.
Oh, I see. Just want to just rub it in a little bit. And Chris, there's all your friends there knowing that you go out with Kathy and she's bringing this guy parading him around. How'd you feel?
I didn't feel very good. Find out the next day, everybody, at work, they're like, oh, she brought the date to.
So that's a little odd for you. How about you, Thad? Were you comfortable being at Chris's job?
Well, actually, for a while there, I was getting really cold, but I told Kathy, and she started rubbing my back, rubbing my arms, and
Rub my back.
So apparently you didn't mind too much, I guess.
no, actually, you know what? She was kind of like, God, she's like, you're really ripped and stuff. So I was just like, come on, now. But,
All right, here's one for Kathy. Who's more ripped, Chris or Thad?
Bad, definitely.
tough.
All right, now, Kathy, one of the things you didn't like about Chris is that there's always an entourage and a gang of people. Could you tell if Thad would be like that also?
No, he was pretty much one-on-one. After we went to the bar, we kind of went to his house afterwards just to spend some time together.
And a lot of one-on-oneness going on. Thad, how'd you keep her entertained?
Well, actually, just by coincidence, earlier that day, I had bought some strawberries and whipped cream at the grocery store.
Oh, what a coincidence.
So when we had gotten back to my place, I put on a little music. We sat down and I brought the strawberries and whipped cream out. And we just played for a little while.
Okay.
Strawberries, whipped cream, huh?
A nice combination, Chris, by the way. You might want to try that. So, Kathy, it sounds to me like it's a pretty long evening at this point.
Well, the date ended up being like 12 hours long. It was like the whole day almost. And by the time we got to his house, I was getting pretty pooped. And so he took me home, and then we got to a little awkward point.
Uh-huh. You mean that like at the end where it gets a little awkward date-ish?
The end.
And Thad, did you cut out the awkwardness? Did you get past that or what?
Yeah, I think I did. I leaned over and I put her head in my hands and I just gave her a nice sweet kiss. Good night.
Okay. So that cut right through the awkwardness, I guess. Will a psychic's advice and strawberries and cream be enough to give Kathy a change of heart? We're going to find out later. Next, though, we'll meet the woman that Chris dated and we'll hear all about that, so stay here. Kathy's date with Thad, and now we're going to meet the woman that Chris dated. Chris says Kathy dresses like a boy, doesn't shower enough, and blows him off to play rugby. Yeah, so we set him up with a gal who dresses to the nines, showers till she shines, and says rugby makes her whine. Please welcome Lisa Halbert. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. You know Chris? Kathy, what do you think? Does Lisa look clean enough for Chris?
Well, she looks clean, but wearing that outfit, she's dirty in other ways, I'm sure.
Lisa, Thad and Kathy, we heard went to the batting cages on their date. Have you ever had a baseball date?
Well, actually, I made love on a baseball field before with my ex-boyfriend.
Out on the field. Okay, so Lisa, you're talking to Chris on the phone. Were you having maybe some baseball field fantasies at that point?
Well, his voice kind of threw me off a bit because it's a little scratchy. But he told me he was a Marine, and I love a man in uniform.
And then you finally got to meet him, and what'd you think then?
I was expecting shorter hair and a uniform, but he looked really cute. He was dressed really nice, and that really turns me on.
So, Chris, as far as you were concerned when you met, did she turn you on?
Yeah, she was dressed to kill. She had a nice short mini skirt on. She had leather boots, great pair of legs, and she was showered, and she wasn't a tomboy.
Oh, okay. I was saying, not like we heard earlier, the tomboy thing. So, Lisa, you guys get together. Things get started well?
Actually, he was about 15 minutes late.
That's typical.
A little late. All right.
But he brought me beautiful bouquet of flowers, and I joked with him. I said,
You probably got them for free.
Why, he wouldn't bring flowers unless they're free?
No. He
Okay.
spends his money other ways.
From that point on, then, he got there with the flowers, smooth sailing at that point, Chris?
Actually, it wasn't smooth sailing. I kind of got lost. I was looking for this restaurant. It's kind of small. It's in the middle of nowhere, so I had to stop and ask for directions.
You're like, what's going on here? Lisa, what were you thinking at this point?
I think Kathy's right. Chris is a little stubborn. I knew we were right near it. It was in the middle of the city. But he had to stop and ask for directions.
He wouldn't trust you.
No, he would not.
All right, so Chris, that was one problem. Oh, anything else on the way to dinner that was a problem?
Well, I had borrowed a friend of mine's cellular phone because I was trying to get some basketball tickets for the evening, and then the phone rang, and I've never really dealt with that kind of a phone, so I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. And neither could Lisa, so we had to pull over, and then we finally figured out we got a kick out of it.
Now, Chris, I take it you finally found the restaurant.
Yeah.
What kind of place was it?
It was, it's a 5-star pasta restaurant. It's real small and quaint and really romantic. She sat on the couch. I sat right across from her. The waitress couldn't pronounce any of the specials, so we got a good laugh out of that, too.
Yeah, I would imagine. Kathy, do you get treated that way? 5-star restaurants on your dates with Chris?
No, usually I'm eating bar food.
Bar food. Wings or something.
Yep.
So, Chris, when you were having dinner with Lisa, did you find out of her extracurricular activities? Would she have time for you in the relationship?
Yeah, it seemed like she would be able to take the time to have
To
a
stop
Not quite-
in and watch you work.
No, he'd
Not
be at
quite
my
as
house.
busy. Lisa, did you get wooed with boot camp stories or anything like that?
He actually told me one story. When you first joined boot camp, you get tons of shots. And he said he couldn't get an erection for 2 months from all the
You know, and I thought the slogan was "Be all the man that you can be" or something. I don't know. Chris, any other snappy dialogue that you were tossing out?
Well, we were talking about the difference between Somalian mating rituals and the African bush.
Okay. And Kathy, did you have this African bush discussion with Chris?
No, but shows you how romantic he is.
Well, depending on what they were talking about, I don't know. Chris, what else did you have in store for Lisa at the time?
Well, I took her to a concert, and there was 2 floors at the place where we were seeing the concert, and it was really hot and stuffy, and I was concerned because she said that she faints a lot.
So you're waiting for her to just pass out at some point. Did she make it without fainting?
Well, yeah, I could see we were both really hot, so we went downstairs. It was a little bit cooler. I got her a glass of water. We sat down, I put my arm around her, and everything seemed to be all right.
That calmed her down and she was okay. Lisa, we heard he travels with an entourage and there's always friends around in their relationship. Did he bring friends with him on this little event?
No, not at all. He did run into a few acquaintances, but he totally blew them off. Made me feel really important.
Stayed focused on you.
Totally.
Now, Kathy, does that sound like the Chris you know, that he just blew his friends off?
No, not really. His friends are usually with us all the time, so.
Sorry.
So, Lisa, by the end of the night, did he show you how important you were?
Well, I could kind of get that vibe that he wanted a kiss, so I just reached over and kissed him.
You just went for it. Now, Chris, what I want to know is why she had to initiate it.
Well, because I was just being a gentleman. I mean, I wanted to kiss her. She was gorgeous, but, I just wanted to be a gentleman.
All right, we'll take that as an answer. Will Chris and Kathy have a change of heart? That's the only question left. During the break, they got to make that decision. We'll find out what it is when we come right back. Because during the break, Chris and Kathy each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? You guys came on the show because you wanted to find out if you're better off as friends or in this relationship. That's what you're trying to figure out here today. Chris, we're going to start with you. You said you wanted to date somebody that showered more often, somebody that dresses more feminine, and somebody that wouldn't put rugby in their sport in front of you. So we set you up with Lisa. You thought she was gorgeous when you met her. She wore a skirt, leather boots. She had nice clean hair. She's freshly showered. The romantic 5-star restaurant where you guys were hanging out. You did some snuggling at the concert, had a nice kiss goodnight. You do have a decision to make here, Chris. What do you say?
Well, Lisa, I think you're really beautiful. You're extremely sexy, and you have a great sense of humor. But I'd like to keep my rugby playing.
So, Chris, you say stay together. Lisa, sorry things didn't work out for you.
Okay.
Kathy, we need your decision now. You said you wanted to date somebody that wasn't going to be constantly practical joking, somebody that wasn't traveling with an entourage all the time, and somebody that wasn't as stubborn as you said Chris is. So there you were with Thad. You thought he was very attractive, chiseled and ripped abs and all that stuff. You guys had a romantic time down by the pond. Even the psychic said that this is the guy that's probably better for you. You ended the evening. He had the strawberries and the whipped cream kind of thing going on there. Chris does say he wants to stay together. Kathy, what do you say?
Well, I love the strawberries, and I love the whipped cream, and I had a really good time with that. He's like one of the most striking, charming people I've met. But I really would like to work on being Chris's girlfriend versus a friend.
So she says stay together. All right, Kathy and Chris. Dad, sorry things didn't work out for you also. So, Chris and Kathy, hopefully by coming on the show, you found out that you are more than just simple old friends, and your relationship gets a little stronger from this point on. All right, that's our show for today. Thanks to Thad and Lisa. Good luck to Chris and Kathy, and we'll see you next time on Change of Heart.